Have you ever wondered what artificial intelligence is going to do to cybersecurity? Will AI replace cybersecurity professionals? Will cybersecurity jobs disappear? Or could AI actually create even more opportunities for people who want to build a career in cybersecurity? The answer is a little more interesting than you might think. AI is not simply going to destroy cybersecurity jobs. It is going to change the entire cybersecurity industry. And if you understand where things are heading, this could actually be one of the best times to start learning cybersecurity. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the jobs that AI is likely to automate. Cybersecurity professionals spend a huge amount of time monitoring security alerts, analyzing logs, investigating suspicious activity, generating reports, and identifying potential threats. AI can increasingly help with many of these tasks. Imagine a security operations center receiving thousands of alerts every day. Instead of a human analyst manually going through every single alert, AI can analyze the data, identify unusual patterns, prioritize the most dangerous threats, and give security professionals a summary of what is happening. This means some repetitive cybersecurity tasks will become much faster and more automated, and that could reduce the need for people whose jobs mainly involve repetitive monitoring. In fact, cybersecurity professionals are already reporting that AI is reducing the need for some entry-level tasks. But here's where things get interesting. AI is also creating completely new cybersecurity problems, and those problems need people to solve them. Think about it. Companies are rapidly adopting AI. They're building AI chatbots. They're connecting AI to internal company data. They're using AI to write software. They're putting AI into customer service, healthcare, finance, education, marketing, and almost every other industry. And whenever technology becomes widely used, attackers start looking for ways to exploit it. That creates an entirely new attack surface. And that's where new cybersecurity opportunities come in. One emerging area is AI security. AI security professionals work on protecting AI systems, models, applications, and the data behind them. They need to understand threats like prompt injection, data poisoning, model manipulation, insecure AI applications, and other attacks against AI systems. Another area is AI red teaming. Think of an AI red team as a group whose job is to try to break an AI system before a real attacker does. They test the system, find weaknesses, and help organizations fix those weaknesses. Then there's AI governance and risk management. Companies are going to need professionals who understand not only how AI works, but also how organizations should safely use AI. There will also be increasing demand for cloud security professionals, application security engineers, security automation engineers, AI security analysts, and cybersecurity professionals who can combine traditional security skills with artificial intelligence. And this leads to one of the biggest lessons I want you to understand. The future isn't necessarily cybersecurity versus AI. It's cybersecurity plus AI. Imagine two cybersecurity professionals. The first person understands networking, Linux, SIEM tools, firewalls, vulnerability scanning, and basic cybersecurity. That's valuable. But the second person understands all of those things and also knows Python, cloud security, artificial intelligence, large language models, AI security, prompt injection, threat modeling, and security automation. Which person do you think is going to have more opportunities as companies increasingly adopt AI? The second person has positioned themselves for the next generation of cybersecurity. But there's also an important warning. AI could make getting your first cybersecurity job harder. Why? Because AI can make an experienced cybersecurity professional significantly more productive. A security team that previously needed 10 people to handle certain repetitive tasks might eventually accomplish the same amount of work with fewer people because AI is handling the initial analysis and automation. So I wouldn't recommend becoming someone who simply knows how to operate cybersecurity tools. You want to become someone who understands what's happening underneath those tools. You need to understand networks. You need to understand operating systems. You need to understand how attacks work. You need to understand how to investigate incidents. And then you need to understand how AI can help you do those things faster. Because here's the problem with blindly trusting AI. AI can make mistakes. It can misunderstand situations. It can produce incorrect recommendations. And in cybersecurity, one wrong decision can be extremely expensive. That's why human judgment isn't disappearing. In many cases, it is becoming even more important. So, if I was starting a cybersecurity career in 2026, what would I learn? I would start with the fundamentals. I'd learn networking. I'd learn Linux and Windows. I'd understand TCP or IP, DNS, HTTP, and HTTPS. I'd learn authentication, permissions, and operating system fundamentals. Then I'd move into cybersecurity. I'd learn security operations, SIEM, incident response, threat intelligence, vulnerability management, identity and access management, endpoint security, and cloud security. Then I'd learn programming. Python would be a great place to start. I'd also learn Bash, PowerShell, and some SQL. And then I'd add AI. I'd learn how large language models work at a practical level. I'd study prompt injection. I'd learn AI application security. I'd learn AI threat modeling. I'd explore AI red teaming. I'd learn how to use AI for security automation. And I'd understand AI governance and risk. That combination could be extremely powerful because AI isn't only helping defenders, it's also helping attackers. AI can be used to create more convincing phishing attacks. It can help automate social engineering. It can assist with malicious code. It can help attackers perform reconnaissance. It can make scams more personalized. And it can potentially allow attackers to launch campaigns faster. So as AI becomes more powerful, organizations will need people who know how to defend against AI-powered threats. And that's why I don't believe cybersecurity is disappearing. The industry is evolving. The job description is changing. The tools are changing. The skills are changing. But the need for cybersecurity professionals is not going away. In fact, the World Economic Forum continues to identify networks and cybersecurity, alongside AI and big data, among the fastest growing skill areas. So if you're thinking about entering cybersecurity, don't look at AI as your enemy. Look at it as a technology you need to understand. Don't try to compete with AI by doing the things AI is best at. Instead, learn how to work with AI. Use AI to analyze information. Use it to automate repetitive tasks. Use it to learn faster. Use it to write and understand scripts. Use it to investigate security problems, but never blindly trust it. The cybersecurity professionals who become extremely valuable in the coming years may not simply be the people who know the most cybersecurity tools. They may be the people who understand cybersecurity, understand AI, and know how to combine the two effectively. So the big question isn't, will AI take cybersecurity jobs? The better question is, how can I become the cybersecurity professional who knows how to use AI? Because that is where I believe a huge part of the opportunity is going to be. And if you're just starting your cybersecurity journey, this could be the perfect time to begin. Learn the fundamentals, build practical projects, get hands-on experience, learn AI, learn automation, and most importantly, keep adapting. Because the future of cybersecurity isn't human versus AI. It's humans who know how to use AI versus threats that use AI. And the people who understand that early could have a massive advantage. If you found this video useful, make sure you subscribe to High Income Funnels, because we're going to continue exploring AI, technology, cybersecurity, digital skills, and the opportunities these technologies are creating. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.